Welcome to episode 37 of the Untold Anecdote podcast. On today's episode, we are going to have a meme creator who has a big following on Instagram, and he's going to tell us what it takes to be a professional meme creator and how to make money by having a meme page. Social media has opened up a whole new window of opportunity to the point where even a meme page can bring in a six-figure income. Mike, who owns the Instagram page A.Memeless.Life, is going to give us all the tips and tricks into growing your Instagram account. All this information will be down at the show notes down below. Make sure to add him to see his funny memes. And before we get into the episode, a word from two of our sponsors. If you want to get shit done and hold yourself accountable, write it down on our calendar, take a picture of it, put it in your wallet, then tag us on Instagram after completion. High-five the next person you see and check us out at Get Shit Done Calendar on Instagram and DM us for a personal shout-out goal. If you're having trouble engaging with your audience about your brand, explainer videos can help you with that using whiteboard animation. Whiteboard animating is good for telling a story on your YouTube channel, telling people about your new service or program, even explaining to people about your business and how it works. These type of videos will make it more eye-catchy and more easier for your audience to understand your business. To find samples of these type of videos and would like to have a video created for you, Explainer Videos on Instagram, that's Explainer Videos with the letter Z at the end, we'll send you a link that will direct you to Fiverr, which is the safest way to make this transaction. All communication is done through Instagram, Fiverr, and email. Let's welcome Mike to the podcast, who is the owner of the meme page A.Memeless.Life on Instagram, and also a TV production coordinator who worked on big TV shows such as Shark Tank, Undercover Boss, The Jersey Shore, and much more. And before we get started, I just want to thank Mike again for accepting the interview, and also big thanks to his friend Chris for connecting us to do this interview. So, Mike, just tell us, how did all this begin? Like, how did this meme page begin?
Hey, thanks for having me on the show, man. The meme page began as kind of like a joke. I was just, memes were getting a little bit bigger like a few years ago. And I was like, you know what? I found a program that I was able to make memes on, and I started messing around with it just in like group chats, making fun of my friends on fantasy football like message board. And then it just kind of like gained from there. And actually, I made fun of a guy so bad from memes on a group chat that he just like lost it, and I triggered him, and he like flipped out on me, told me my life was meaningless, and everybody else was like, wow, and he left the chat, and I was like, wow, that was he went really extreme there, and it just led me to make this page. And like right away, I started to gain traction. I won a contest, and I started to gain a following, and it was just like this creative outlet for me that was able to like get this out, get the creative juices flowing, and create content.
What kind of was this the contest like these meme pages do? Like,
one of my big meme pages. His name's Tank Sinatra. He's an East Coast based meme page, and they don't do contests a lot. This guy was like the only one that I've ever seen do it. It was called the Meme Bowl, and he was like, make your best Super Bowl meme, and it was the year when the Eagles were playing the Patriots, and I'm an Eagles fan, and me and my friends are in a group chat, and we're like coming up with ideas, like brainstorming, throwing stuff out there, and I found a picture of Kevin Hart. And it was when he was trying to get up on the stage, and the security guard held his hand out and was like, showing him not to come up. And I just made it into a meme, like when you're too short to get on an amusement ride. And Tank ended up picking that one as the winner out of like 350 submissions. And then he posted it on his page. He has 1 million followers, and then it just started. The followers started rolling in.
Started rolling in. At that time, like, how many followers did you have though?
I had like probably only like a couple hundred, just from random people finding me, hashtags, and like, tagging the bigger pages. And then when he posted it, I think I might have went up to 1,000. So I gained like a couple hundred, like probably like 500. Mm-hmm. And yeah, from there on, he was just like, he was liking a lot of my stuff. And he has a team where it's a bunch of East Coast memers who have like a group. They're called Brand Fire. And Sunny Side Up, who was like the first meme page I've ever followed, started liking and like reposting my memes. And then from there, it was just like, every week it was just more and more followers.
Man, so it sounds like it's a bunch of reposting, right? You got to get reposted by these bigger accounts to even get any traction if you're a small account. Because I'm going through the same thing right now. Like I post and probably one person a follower. Was that like that with you?
Yeah. Like every meme that I would post, like every once in a while, just one follower here, one follower there. It's hard to to get those steady followers coming in without getting reposts or shout outs. And then I kind of just from messaging a few people, being in some group chats with some memers, I just kind of found out how it all works and how you have to get these reposts. Because I would see how Tank and Sunny would repost me, and then I would gain all these followers, and I was like, oh man. And then I would see people doing shout outs in captions, and I was like, I would hit them up and I'd be like, hey, how do I get a shout out? And they're like, oh, you got to pay for a shout out. So then I found out that you have to pay a little bit, to gain some followers.
Were you shocked by that, or did you think it was all free in the beginning? Like, wow,
yeah, I mean, I didn't know it worked like that, but I was like, that makes sense because, but even if you get a shout out from a big page, you still have to have good content for people to follow you. So like, if you get a shout out and you have like weak memes on your page, then you're not going to gain that much, or they'll follow you and then unfollow you. So I realized that you do have to keep producing that content like daily. Like I would try to do like 3 memes a day, and I would try to I was kind of like going, I was following the Tank, like, cause he gave me that repost. I would follow his strategy. He was posting like 3 a day of original content. And then every once in a while he'll do like a repost. And so then I was like banging out original content. So when I did get a shout out, I would gain, more followers.
Does that method work to this day? Because I know Instagram's changing this algorithm. I don't know if this algorithm's real.
Yeah, I know. Nobody. Yeah, I not. Everybody always talks about the algorithm. I don't. I can't I don't. There's just sometimes I'm like, all right, well, this is how it works. This is how the algorithm, is. But I feel like it's constantly changing, and it's just like it's hard to figure out. So, but yeah, to this day, I still, every once in a while throw a little bit of money to. I have a few guys who. The Recovering Problem Child is like my go-to. He has a great following and a lot of, interaction with his followers. And he was the guy that in the beginning kind of gave me, we were around the same followers. And then all of a sudden he just took off and got like a huge following. And
so what did he do? What did he do different?
He paid for shout outs, and he was hardcore with posting memes on his story, on his, repost. He was finding stuff on Reddit or like, online on Twitter, and he would repost. But and then every once in a while he would post like a few original memes too. Okay. But I noticed his shout outs are like reasonable in price, and they do really well. Like he'll be like, I'll get you 2,000 followers in 3 days.
But are they real legit? Because I know there's a program where
they're his follow, because all he does is he posts a meme on his page and he's like, follow A.Memeless.Life, my favorite account, and his followers, he has 250k followers, they'll start liking all my stuff. But yeah, they're true, you can tell when you like post something and you get better engagement and more likes and comments and everything. Like he's not using like a program to do it, but I know that like people have done that.
Yeah, because there's businesses, corporations paying hundreds of millions of dollars to like meme pages like that.
Yeah.
They're not just only reposting like meme pages, other meme pages, but they're reposting corporations, products and stuff. And it said that corporates have wasted money on fake pages that have fake comments, fake likes, fake followers.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard about that, but I can tell when his followers like engagement is like real. Like you can see these people actually leaving real comments, tagging their friends, and then because a lot of these big pages, they'll have like 300k followers, and then they have like no engagement. They're like getting the same likes that I have at 69k followers. That's what I want to do. I want to build like real followers. So you get the engagement up.
How do you spot a fake account?
I don't know. That's hard. I guess there's a lot of them that are just like, they don't have any, posts or anything. They don't have any, and you get some weird DMs sometimes from like the spam ones.
All those bots.
Yeah.
I get a lot of those, especially business pages.
Yeah, but Instagram like does like purges. Like they'll go through, and like I think this was like a year ago, like, or maybe like 6 months ago, where I had 69K followers, and then all of a sudden I had 67K, and everybody, all the meme pages, they just Instagram went through and just got rid of all the spam accounts. So there are some in there, but not too many.
Yeah, there's this thing going on with Instagram where they were deleting accounts, and there's people on YouTube crying, like making videos like, why did you delete my account? This is my livelihood.
Yeah.
There's this girl that was like desperate to get her account back. Like she pulled every string, tried to do everything, and she was crying like, I don't want to go back to a normal job. I can't do that. This is what I do right here.
Yeah, so my account earlier this year was disabled. And they don't give you a reason. They're like, you broke the guidelines of Instagram, and just like that, I couldn't log on to my page. Like, so I was reaching out to a bunch of different memers on my personal account, and was just like, hey, have you? And they're like, yeah. Apparently, Instagram is cracking down on like everything. People thought it was for posting ads, because they were like, oh, we don't want you to make money. And then people were like, oh, for controversial content. Or I didn't find out, but I'm pretty sure that I was disabled because I edited an original video and used a copyrighted song. Mm-hmm. And Instagram was like, hey, you can't, we're deleting we're blocking this. And then I didn't delete it off my account, which I should have, because I talked to another guy who does a lot of like music on his account, and he was like, yeah, if you get that message from Instagram, just delete the video. I kept mine up, and they must have saw it, came back, and were like, so that's happened to me twice now. And you have to like, they'll reach out to you, and like, or you reach out to them, and then you have to like write on a piece of paper your account and your name, and take a selfie holding it up and email it to them to show that you're a real person.
Are you serious?
Then they get back to you like days later and are like, and it's just like an automated message. So it's like really frustrating. Like, I know people who have lost their account for months and then got it back. I know people, Donnie Drama had 1.7 million, lost it, didn't get it back. So now he's trying to gain another page, and he's at like 30K. But at 1 million, you're making way more money than 30K,
Say you were to lose your account at 69. You're at 69,000 right now?
Yeah, yep.
How do you just repeat the same process you were doing? Just keep doing what you're doing?
Yeah, I know.
Pay for shout outs?
Yeah, it's scary. I don't want to build, it took me like a year and a half to get this, this much. So it's like, I don't even know. I might just stop, like, if that happens to me. But I know a lot of people who have lost it and got it back multiple times. And there's actually like a person now that I have in contact with who has paid somebody to get it back, and you don't pay them until they get it back for you. So there's a lot of ways to get it back. I don't think I'll do anything where I'll lose it forever, but I mean, it can happen. People can just report your account, if they don't like you or they don't like a meme that you made, they'll report your account. And then so it's just like, it's in the hands of these followers, people, and it's kind of scary. Yeah.
That's what I saw on YouTube. She was saying that her pictures were being reported, even pictures that were not even provocative, just normal selfie,
Yeah, if somebody doesn't like you or they're just like in a bad mood, they're like, report, and then it's messed up. But what I've seen people do, and what I'm trying to do now, I'm not really having any luck with it, just because I haven't had the time to build a secondary account. You have to build secondary accounts, so you can have one that you can go to. Like, if a meming list did get completely, disabled, mm-hmm. I could build another account and I could just switch the name to meming list, or but I know Sunny Side Up, he has like 5 accounts. Shithead Steve has like 5 accounts. I don't know, am I allowed to curse on this?
Yeah, go ahead.
That's fine. Okay.
I do it all the time.
So they just have built all these different accounts, so you just have the backup in case one of the big ones does go down. So I feel like that's kind of my next strategy in the next year, is to keep building my account, but build a secondary account as backup.
Wow.
Yeah.
This whole meme thing just started as a joke. Like, they see a picture saying, "Oh, hi, I'm an executive making $80,000 a year. Oh, I'm a meme. What do you call it? Meme page owner.
I mean, like
make memes.
Admin, a meme admin, or a meme curator.
And you see the girl dropping her panties down, and it's like, I want this guy.
Yeah.
But nobody understands. I didn't even know. Like, okay, are they even making money? Those meme pages?
Yeah. There's the big accounts are making good money. Like people have quit their full-time job. I know that Shithead Steve has an office now, and he has like employees
Off a meme page.
Off a meme page.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean he's got like doing things, drunk people doing things, and like all the doing things accounts that all have like, I don't know if they're all over 1 million. They might be all over 1 million now. But he opened Doing Things Media, and he has like offices. Like I've talked to him on the phone. He called me and like was like, hey, if you ever go to or move to like Atlanta, you know, I got a job for you. Like he's hired people to, you know, help make original content for his pages and run some of the bigger pages.
So how does he make money? It's all from shout outs and reposting products, right?
Yeah.
That's how he runs his company?
I'm pretty sure he's making it all from ads, you know, advertising. Like people are coming to him. I know he posted like an ad for like a movie one time. He made like a screenshot from a movie into a meme, and then like, go see this movie. Universal Studios is like reaching out to him to like promote like their movie. So like, yeah, it's just like ads. I'm pretty sure he's in his story. He always does stuff, and merchandise. He has a bunch of merch, which I need to get on that train next.
So this shirt I'm wearing, it says current mood with Arnold.
Yeah, with the fist. Yeah.
So is this
Classic
something
one.
you're planning on doing?
Yeah, I wanted to do. Sorry, my roommate is.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah. I wanted to start making like with the. I have Hide the Pain Harold's face as my icon, so I wanted to start doing stickers and like
put it on their cars and stuff like that.
Yeah, and also do like shirts and just regular stickers and like with the Hide the Pain face and like at A.Memeless.Life, and then like maybe on the back of the shirt, life is meaningless, and stuff like that. Yeah, so like
I can see you getting followers with that.
Exactly. Then it's like advertising your page, so people are like, "Oh yeah, I love that shirt," and then you see on the back the at, and they'll follow it.
Where I see it works a lot is on cars. They put it in the back, and you just it's LA, dude. We're freaking on traffic all day, man, and that's
a good idea.
It's like, oh, look at that sticker. Mm-hmm. I seen people use it with,
and they're on their phone in the car too, so they're like, "Oh, let me follow it right now."
Let's see. Oh, that person's right behind.
And they're just like looking at memes in their car, in traffic.
Yeah. So I'm shocked because when I see these memes, I look at them and there's something I can't come up with myself. It's like it's a whole nother level of funniness, It's like, how do people come up with this? This is too funny. I can't think of stuff like this. So coming from you are a meme creator.
Yeah.
How do you think of this?
Well, I mean, memes in general are just kind of like an inside joke between like all these, a certain group of people online. So like, I feel like Reddit is like a big source of like starting trends. You'll go on Reddit. I'll just open up Reddit one day and they're like, something happened in the news and they're just making a joke on it. Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself, like that. Like, he's like, that's just a trending joke that is now, everybody is like, oh my God, that's so funny. I'm going to think of a joke with that in it. Okay. And so like, then you just brainstorm like, oh, I'm going to come up with an Epstein joke.
Do you come up with this in your car? Like, what are the times you come up with something
funny? Yeah, in my car. And
you write it down
in traffic. I'll think of it. No, I'll just like get it in my head and then I'll get back here. And, if I'm at work and I'm just like thinking of a funny joke, I'll make a meme like on my break or whatever. And a lot of times I need is right here. We're in my apartment right here, and it's when I come home from work, I'm just like, all right, let's start working on some memes. And I'm not gonna lie, smoking a little bit of weed and getting the creative juices flowing is definitely helps a lot. Like I'll just come up with all these jokes and just start putting them down on paper and seeing which ones. I have a strategy to see which ones do well. So I have a couple other websites where like a group chat of friends that I'll send it to, like, hey, are any of these good? And if one person says this one, dude, this one's hilarious. Like that's all I need is like that. And I'm like, all right, well then one person said it's good. Yeah.
So you ever had anybody steal your content? Like what? They already posted. That was mine.
Oh, I mean, I've had people steal the content like just recently they stole. I made a format and a huge page with 1 million followers changed like 2 words. It was the same exact joke. He just changed 2 words and posted it as his own without my watermark on it. So that has happened. People beat me to the punch sometimes. Every time something happens in the news, people have the same jokes. And if you go on Twitter, you'll be like, oh, somebody already beat me to it. They tweeted that same exact thing that I had. So like a lot of times with memes, you're like, oh, this would be hilarious for this format. And it just like makes sense. And I have to scroll through Instagram to make sure nobody has done it already. Like I'll be like, all right, no one's done this one. I haven't seen it yet. And I'll even ask a bunch of memers that I'm in a group chat with, like, hey, have you seen this done yet? And if nobody says like, oh, I haven't seen it, then I'll post it. But I've actually posted stuff, and somebody was like, hey, I made that same exact meme. So it's
whoever gets to it first.
Yeah.
But does it even matter?
It doesn't really matter.
The person with the most pages, with the most followers,
yeah,
can say like, "Oh no, I saw that at this meet, but they were the original ones."
Yeah,
is it the whole point like to get your watermark on it first? Or?
Yeah, I mean, kind of. It's just I would love for it to get it out first, and then for somebody to repost it and give me credit, because then you get the followers. But I've actually posted some where I didn't get credit, and I reach out and I see it on somebody else's page, and I'll DM them, and I'll write in the comments, and I'll be like, hey, I made this. Do you mind giving me credit? And they do. You know, some of the
do you expect that from meme pages, or because I have friends on my personal page, they're reposting all the time, and they crop it to where
they crop out the watermark.
The watermark.
Yeah, people do that. I mean,
doesn't matter for you on that part, right? I mean, of like normal people that don't have meme pages.
No, I don't care about them. Like if they're just posting it for their personal like friends, they're not trying to run a successful meme page and steal memes. They're just trying to show a funny meme. And if they cut out the watermark, I mean, I don't care about that. Because I'm not going to gain followers from somebody that has 700 followers, you know?
Yeah.
And I like to see my memes spread around like Facebook and whatever. I just think it's cool that I can, like Men's Health has like posted some of my memes, and like on Facebook, you can't really like give credit. I have a Facebook A.Memeless.Life page, but it's just like I just like to see that when they go viral, you know.
Where does it go more viral on Instagram or Facebook?
Well, it depends. It kind of goes viral. Like if you have one that really pops, like you'll see it on Facebook, reposted on Instagram, and you'll see it on Reddit. If it makes the Reddit front page, then it's going everywhere. Like, yeah.
You ever had a trending like one you created? Because most meme pages, they follow trends. Yeah. Were you ever in a position where you started the trend?
Well, that one that got stolen, where it was the Joker, I made a Joker format. It was like, you know, it was Joaquin Phoenix in the movie Her, and he's like, looks like he's like all, you know, in a suit with a book. It looks like he has a book bag on, like ready to go to work. And and of the text above that was like, you on your first day of college. And then the picture next to it was him in full Joker makeup looking into the mirror. And it was like, graduating with nothing but debt and a drinking problem. And people have used that format now.
It's still funny because we talked on the phone. You told me that.
Yeah.
I was laughing, but it's still funny, man.
It's hard to explain a meme over, like, you know, when you're like, you have to kind of see it. You know, that one's harder to explain. But I've explained some to people, and they're just like, you know, blank reaction. I'm like, you got to see it. If you just see it, you the way that you read a meme, like the format of a meme, it's different. You know, like the way where your brain goes to, where you're looking at text and the pictures. So yeah, no, that one I've seen now on like movie set memes, which is like one that I follow, and I just saw like on movie set memes that there's they changed the top, you know, text, so they're using that format of the Joaquin Phoenix in the both movies. So yeah, so I've had a few that, you know, where I'm kind of like starting the trend, or I jump on the trend and like in the very beginning, like the first or second person to post a meme with that trend, and it like it goes big. So you'll see that one like all over the place.
So if you feel comfortable talking about how much money you can make on these memes?
Yeah,
like how much money have you made?
I'm comfortable talking about it because I haven't made that much yet. but because I just calculated it because it's like coming to the end of the year, and I was like, I want to see how much I made. So I scrolled through PayPal because that's usually how they pay you, Venmo and PayPal, and I just calculated it up. And in 2019, I will make $3,000 so far.
$3,000 so far off of
69K followers.
69,000.
So yeah, do the math. Like, White People Humor, which is like one of my favorite pages, and he just has it down. And he said, I think he's actually came out and said that he makes six figures. So yeah,
and is he running one meme page or running multiple?
I think he just runs one. He has 4 million followers on one page. I don't think
Instagram.
He has another one. He has Florida people.
The Florida ones?
Florida, he's from Florida.
Everything happens in Florida.
Yeah, Florida man. Yeah, he has one. Him and Donnie Drama came up with the one, and they, I think that one has because it's he can just blast it out on his page. He gained 250K followers in a year or whatever. So I think he has 2, but. Yeah, he does shout outs. I reached out to him not recently, maybe a year ago. And this was when he had 2 million followers. And he was doing shout out packages for, I think it was over $1,000, $1,500 for 3 shout outs.
For 3 shout outs? And
for
people
3 shout
pay
outs.
that?
People pay it, I guess. I see him doing shout outs all the time.
I'm trying to think, okay.
Yeah, it's
what's
crazy,
the outcome
right?
of this? The person paying, what are they trying to get?
The people that are paying are just trying to build a following, and they're trying to get to the point where they can make money from it. Yeah, I mean, you have to pay. He's the biggest account that does the shout out, so or one of the biggest that I've seen. So if you want to just go big, he could get you thousands of followers probably.
So there's no way out of it. You're gonna have to spend money no matter what.
You got to spend money, to build the page.
But it looks like Instagram has the power to take that from him. Just one day he wakes up and my Instagram's not working.
Exactly, yeah.
Without an explanation, like you said.
Yeah.
And it's happened to top celebrities too. They don't even give him an explanation too.
I think White People actually did lose his account. It got disabled, and he had to pay pretty big money to somebody to help get it back. I'm not sure how much, but yeah, it's crazy, man. The money that you can pull in, Shithead Steve and the Doing Things Media, they have I'm gonna say 15 accounts with all of them over 200K followers. So if you have 15 accounts pulling in money like that,
wow, that's different sources of money. You got money coming in from everywhere then.
Yeah. So that's how he has enough to pay people to help him, run them. Man. I think Kevin Flynn, who runs White People Humor, is just by himself, one person taking in all that income, but it's a lot of work. He's definitely just, that's his full-time job. I'm pretty sure he's just memeing.
It sounds very time consuming because when I come up with I gotta create something, it's about 2 hours, 1 hour. Mm-hmm. How long does this take you to create a meme?
It depends. If I'll be on a roll sometimes where I'm just I'm doing really well. I don't know, just being very creative at that time, just writer's block, I'll have inspiration somehow. I'll be able to focus on it, and I can bang out 5 or 6 memes a day and and see which one clicks. And then people have paid me to make original content, and they're paying me $150. They're see if you can make 10 memes for me, and I
all original though, right?
Yeah. So it was classic dad moves. He likes to have people pay to make original content for him, and it makes sense because you want to get all you want to have content to make. So you reach out to other people, funny memers, and get them to do that. And I think I might have just sat on my couch and was all right. Now it's it's work, it's homework. So I sat there for maybe a half hour, 45 minutes, and made 10 memes and sent it to him, and he was all right, here's some money.
It looks like you got to go through the experience first, because the college thing, right? College jokes.
Yeah,
you wouldn't know about.
I make a lot of those. Yeah,
you wouldn't know how to make a meme if you never went to college, what a real college student goes through.
Yeah, I always make memes about getting drunk at like 3 a.m. and like, yeah, college, how, you know, it was a waste of time, or the most expensive party that I ever went to, or, you know, like, so it is a lot of like millennials who have gone through all this stuff already, who can look back and, you know, make a funny meme about when they were drunk in their 20s, you know, what they would, stupid stuff they used to do at like Taco Bell or whatever.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's just like, I feel like the perfect meme age is right now is like early 30s. Like a lot of the top memers, like White People Humor, Heck Off Supreme, they're all like early to mid 30s, who are just like, have gone through all that stuff and can relate to days before cell phones or the Facebook, you know, how when Facebook blew up when we were in college and everything. And so they can make the most relatable jokes from all that stuff.
Sounds about accurate that only millennials know about these memes. Because I sent my brother, he's like 38, 39.
Yeah.
I sent him like, where do you find this stuff at? I'm like, on the internet, dude. Don't you check it out?
There's a lot of depressed memers making memes for other depressed millennials.
And that's another thing. Like, who are these meme creators? Like, I see you look perfectly normal, dude.
Yeah, I mean, they're
you're a
perfectly...
TV production coordinator, and I'm like, okay, who makes memes? Like,
yeah,
what kind of people are these?
Dude, it's funny. I'm in a chat with a bunch of memers, and they're from all over. Like, we have a guy in Maine. We have a guy from Toronto, Canada. We have two people from Tennessee. Snacky Tuna, who makes hilarious memes, is just this random 30-year-old dude from Tennessee. And he's just like, oh, middle class fancy. They're just like, you know, these regular, you know, middle class people who make these funny memes, or, you know, they go to their job, they're 9 to 5, and then they come home and they do it as like a side hustle. I think that's what most people are. And then when they get big, Snacky's at 50K. He's just going to keep, you know, gaining more followers, and you know, eventually then you're like, all right, well, maybe I can make this my main source of income.
Yeah, I was talking to you on the phone before this interview, you said that people are making $2,000 a week off of meme pages.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure some people make more than that. I mean, if Kevin Flynn's doing 3 shout outs in like, you know, a couple days and getting paid $1,500 to $2,000, he probably makes, you know, even more, maybe like 5K. You know,
that's interesting, man.
Yeah.
Because so now every time I look at a shout out from a meme page, back in my mind, oh, they got paid for that.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know that. That was a shout out just to help somebody. Oh, they know someone, you know.
Oh no, man! It's I mean, yeah, it's to help it. It's the meme community for the most part is like, you know, trying to help each other. And there's some here and there where, you know, you get that douchebag memer who's not going to give you credit, and they're just trying to build their account. But like what I've noticed, you know, the people, you know, some of them are like, you know, they just want to help everybody build while making money at the same time.
Yeah, so that's one thing a lot of people don't understand. It's a lot of money to go around, man.
Yeah.
People will be like, no, I want to be the only memer because you're going to take all the money. Nah, dude, it's way too much money going around this.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't have it all. That's the thing.
Yeah, spread the wealth, right?
Yeah.
I need a little bit of that. LA is expensive to live in, so that was one of the main things. I was like, I need to do a side hustle. When I first moved out here 10 years ago, I was like doing the Ubering. I was like, you know, I got to have a second job. You know, cost of living is outrageous.
There's a meme about that. If you're going to move to LA, you must work 70 hours along with a YouTube channel or a side hustle.
Yeah. There's always a meme. There's a meme about everything. Like that's the beauty of it. But yeah, you have to have a side hustle nowadays, just to, you know, help pay those bills.
And it's funny because to us, it's not a joke until someone makes a meme about it. You know?
Yeah.
It's like we think of this stuff, but we don't put it out there on social media.
Memers have a lot of power too, man. I mean, look at the Area 51 thing. Like, who would have thought that you could gain
that right now is by far my favorite one right now.
Dude, that was like all over the news. People actually went there. Like, it was just like they were making music festivals about it. Bud Light like was created, you know, cans with the aliens on it. It was like all because of something went viral on Facebook, and then memers took it to the next level. And it's just like, it just goes to show you the power that memers really have, which is kind of scary because you're getting these.
So they got the power to make anything look bad, and
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
mostly look bad, right?
Look bad too.
And
Like
funny.
if a company does something like messed up, they'll just go after them, like, and just rip into them with memes.
Wow.
To the point where like a company will have to like do something about it, like give a statement or like So you don't want to get on the memer's bad side, that's for sure.
When something pops up viral, do you on the internet look for something viral? Like, okay, what's going on?
Yeah,
And then like, oh, I haven't seen this yet. I'm gonna jump on it quick.
Yeah, I like to look in the news, like if something comes out in the news or a weird article of like, that happens that I see, or something, or I go onto Twitter and I go to trending and I see what's trending, like, okay, what's going on right now? Oh, the World Series is happening. Oh, maybe I'll watch that and something will happen ridiculous with somebody in the stands or somebody.
What happened with that lady? She showed her boob or something.
Oh, yeah.
Did you jump on that?
I didn't, but I saw that. I could have like did a label meme with her, but the two girls like flash at the World Series.
What inning did that happen at?
I don't know. I wasn't watching that.
Let's just say the 7th inning because I saw a meme about that.
Oh yeah.
Let's just say the 7th inning.
Yeah.
There was a meme like, oh, so what happened in the 7th inning? I saw a boob.
Yeah, baseball. Yeah, it's just funny that happened during a baseball game. Like, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, World Series, the Super Bowl was kind of where I got my start. Like a trending event, the Oscars, like somebody's going to do something stupid in the crowd and make it into a meme, Drake is going to be on the sideline of an NBA game and make a face and it's going to go viral, So
you guys look for all that kind of stuff?
You kind of have to be, in touch with everything. You have to watch what everybody else is watching. So that's where Twitter comes in handy.
Interesting. So meme creators are looking at detail, the faces they make, and then the actions, the way they move their hands. Probably you're like, wait a minute.
I've actually like paused like live TV, like if I was streaming something and I've taken like a screenshot of like a facial expression, or or took the video. Like my friend, I'm like, oh, does anybody have video of Drake on the sideline? I could make that into a meme, and then like I'll take the video and I'll make that into a meme.
What's running through your mind when you see like something with Drake on the sideline? What are the thoughts?
I mean, Drake's such a tool. I hate him. I'm just trying to, come up with like, just look at the reaction and come up with like a joke, like just think in my head, and then I'll like come up with like 3 or 4 jokes that expression could be, and then I'll test them out on a different website, and whatever one gets the most upvotes, the quickest, I'll be like, all right, well that one's doing well, and then boom, and then I'll put it on my Instagram.
Wow.
Yeah. So I have another app. I'm not even sure how to pronounce it. It's either Imager or Imager. It's IMGUR. Mm-hmm. It started as like a hosting site for Reddit, so you could post links to and put images on Reddit. So, but they have a most viral page. So like if I post a meme on there, it'll instantly get upvotes or downvotes, which Instagram doesn't have. Instagram is either likes or that's it. So this one, people can either say it's good or bad. So if it's a lot of good, I'm like, this will do well on Instagram. So then I post it on Instagram.
So what Instagram needs is that dislike button then.
Maybe.
In order to make it like the way
I like that they're all different. Reddit is got the upvotes and downvotes. That's what makes it different from Instagram. Instagram is just different. If you have them all the same, it's going to get too bogged down with the same exact stuff. So I like that. It's only really likes, and like you can judge things by the amount of likes, because you would get a lot of haters that way, like that are just going to downvote stuff if they don't like you, or
they just want to be the first dislike.
Yeah,
or just because it's 99 dislikes, they want to be number 100,
and
like,
that
be 100
exactly, and that'll just kill a meme right away. Like so. But that's what's good about Reddit, because you go on there and you already see the stuff that already has all the upvotes. So you're like, oh, this would obviously do well on Instagram because it's on the Reddit, front page.
Is that where you go first?
I do my rounds, and just like whatever I'm feeling. I have a bunch of different Reddit pages that I go to, because they're, the subreddits are like, they have one called Meme Economy, and it's like a lot of like just funny photos that you can make into a format. And then there's like, and then I go on Imager, and I go on their most viral page, and I'll scroll through looking for pictures or funny, things that I can turn into a meme. And then Twitter, and then what else? That's probably it. And then I go Instagram. I can go on the Instagram Explore page to see what's, if anything sticks out there. And a lot of times it's like videos that my friends are sending me. They'll be like, yo, you need to meme this. And I'll be like, all right. And then I'll come up with a couple ideas and I'll send it back to them. And they're like, that one's the best. And then I'll be like, all right. And then, so it's kind of like a team effort.
So what's it like? Like somebody you don't know, you tell them you're a meme creator. What is the reaction? Because I interviewed someone who's a Fortnite coach.
Oh, you want to hear a funny story?
Oh, go ahead.
So I'm single right now, and I never know if I should talk about being a memer on like a first date, which I would really.
Isn't that a first conversation thing?
Yeah, I'm like, hey, my name's Mike. I'm a memer. This depressed guy who's all alone and makes jokes about eating ass and stuff. So I went on a date one time, and somehow it came up like talking about like a side hustle or whatever, and then I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna just tell her this is a part of my life. Dude. Told her, and she was like, what? I follow a ton of meme pages. What is your account? And I was like, oh, no. And she was like, yes, what is your account? And I was like, all right. And she already followed me. She already followed me.
Was this recent?
This was like 6 months ago.
Okay, so you're still single, so...
Yeah. So obviously that didn't work out.
She's like, your memes weren't dank enough.
She was like, I just showed my hairstylist this meme the other day. And I was like, which one? And she showed me, and it was about eating ass. And I was like, oh, interesting. And then no second date.
Oh,
yeah. She was like, no thanks.
What do you think she went? She went home talking.
Maybe she was embarrassed that she already followed me or something. I don't know.
Wow.
No. But when I get to 1 million followers, she's gonna wish that she,
dude, panties dropping everywhere, dude. You think she?
I know. You think she would have put out, right?
Hey, what were you thinking when you got home? Be like, oh, is it because I have? How many followers do you have at the time?
I think I had like 40-something. 40K.
She probably went back to her house, told her friends like, "Oh, he doesn't have 1 million followers."
Yeah, like you need to drop him. He don't even have 100K.
Wow.
No, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's some people love it. Like, I don't try to tell people like that I work with, obviously, because if I'm posting memes during the workday, they're gonna be like, Mike, why are you? But then they're looking at memes during the workday if they notice that. So
just say your lunch break. That's what I do.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people do that on their lunch break, and but yeah, I don't bring it up, but it's a part of my life now, and it'll eventually come up, and some people love it. They're like, and I was like, yeah, I make memes, and I try not to make a big deal about it, and then they see how many followers, and they're like, what?
Oh, they think it's just a little page. Oh,
yeah, you're like an influencer, and I'm like, I don't know about that, but
do your followers know you? Like, have they ever seen your face?
I don't really do like admin reveals, but a few times I have posted on my story of like my face.
Well, this will get your followers to get to know you better then.
I know. I was thinking like a lot of people have do transition to that, like to kind of like make themselves and sell themselves. And I was thinking about maybe eventually doing that if I wanted to start building myself as like a filmmaker. I could start talking to the camera more or talking to the phone, and just doing more stories and like just to get to people to know my personality more. So maybe it'll start with this, they hear my voice, and then next is my face. And I want to start making sketches, like sketch comedy.
Is that like animating or
no, just
real
like
life?
No, like yeah, like just like like funny little videos, because Instagram is such a great spot to, put that content now, like, or YouTube. And a lot of the meme friends that I have, we've actually made a few like sketch comedy, like, just comedy sketches. And like,
where'd you post those at?
We haven't posted them yet. So we're like thinking about like either doing a YouTube channel or like maybe our own, Instagram page where we're just doing like, we're getting all of our videos out there and like, yeah. Do a little sketch comedy group.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I know. Yeah, it's I want to take it to the next level and have just something else, start making movies and promoting myself that way and everything.
Cuz the way it sounds to me doesn't look like this is the goal for you, is it? Off of meme pages?
To be a full-time memer?
Yeah.
No, that's not the goal. Who knows? Maybe. I mean, if I can freelance, make my own movies, and at the same time make enough money to pay the bills with memes, that like, yeah, that would be great. Because, you know, working in the industry, you're working a lot of hours and like nonstop if you want to make a lot of money, you know? So yeah, I want to get to the point where I'm just, you know, working. My goals, my short-term goals are to build my following past 100K, start making the sketch comedy, you know, a little bit more, you know, creating more videos, producing more videos, and then, yeah, just move up and work on cool projects in the TV film world.
That sounds cool because the way you describe this meme pages, how much money you can make, someone listening to this can be like, man, I can keep my easy job that's paying me minimum wage.
Yeah.
All I do is sit around. I can just create a meme page and make side money, and I'll be making like what?
Yeah.
$1,800 a week?
Yeah, you can just, you know, that's why I'm like, I kind of like working. I like being on set.
Yeah.
And on set, there's a lot of downtime, you know, like, especially as a coordinator, you know. So I'm just sitting around with people who are also creative people on set, and we talk about memes. I get ideas, we brainstorm, we go back and forth, and then I can have one. I was like, all right, well, I'll post something right now while I'm on set. So I'm like getting paid and, you know, doing my side hustle. Yeah.
It's crazy to know what's going on in your mind while you're out there, you know, because my mind, a podcaster, I'm like, what's the next topic? Oh, I should talk about this, bring this up. So as a meme creator, are you constantly thinking? Is that going through your mind?
Yeah, I like think in memes now, and I talk like, yeah, like, and some of my conversations too, I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm like talking about memes too much, but like it just comes to, like, it just goes to that now. I guess because you're always trying to, like a stand-up comedian, you're like always trying to, you know, have a joke that you're gonna write, or like, and when it comes to you, you just have to kind of like say it or get it out there, so you don't forget, and that happens to me a lot, and I'm just like, yeah. So
wow.
It just comes with the territory, I guess.
Before we get to your personal life, I want to get to know, like, how does...
Didn't we already talk about my personal life?
No, we haven't really got into it. There's some stuff that
I
want to talk about.
Okay, cool.
So if someone creating a meme page, what do they have to do? What, like, do you feel comfortable giving the strategies? Or?
Yeah. I mean, you have to, like I said, keep up with the trends. You have to look at a lot of memes. So you follow a lot of the big pages. Follow me, obviously. And then...
Memeless?
A.Memeless.Life?
A.Memeless.Life. I'll have it on the show notes.
Oh, yeah, awesome. Yeah. So, yeah, you have to follow, you have to look at a lot of memes, and you have to kind of just get, you know, if you're making a meme page, you're probably going to be a fan of memes. So you just have to know, like, how it's supposed to look. You know, there's a certain look to it. You have to download a couple different programs to make them. And then to get the engagement up, you do have to like and comment on like a lot of the big pages. And
talk to me about the engagement groups. You guys are in engagement groups.
Yep. Yeah.
Can you tell what it is? Because a lot of people are like,
an engagement group is, I'm in like 3 or 4 of them now. It's just all memers, and like I got invited by like random meme page that had like 50K followers. They're like, hey, we're getting a bunch of people who have 50K followers in this engagement group, and I had no idea how it worked at first, but now I know just from being in them. But yeah, you can reach out to different memers and be like, hey, are you in any engagement groups? And you get into just a group chat on Instagram. You know, you can just have, you know, make the chats and the DMs. And whenever somebody posts a meme on their page, they'll post a link to it in the group chat. Mm-hmm. So everyone else that's in the chat knows that it's live. So you get a notification, and then you'll go to their post and you'll like and you'll comment, and you'll try to come up with like funny comments, because the engagement is most important in the very beginning, like in the first hour. So, all the memers who are in the group will see that, oh, you know, A.Memeless posted. So you'll go on there, you'll come up with a funny comment, and you'll like it. So then in the first hour, you know, hopefully you'll have like 30 comments or, you know, and 1,000 likes. And then that helps it get to the explore page on Instagram quicker. And then that's when, you know, people will see it in their, if they're going on explore and looking on the explore page, and they'll see it pop up. Then you can get, you know, that's when it really takes off.
So this is a team effort thing. So pretty much that engagement group, their job is to, since you're in that group, like
help each other. People also do shout for shout pages or group chats. So like everyone in that group chat will shout somebody out that week. Like they'll give free shout outs. And then in return, the other pages will just shout you out, next. So like, I don't really like doing those. I like the engagement ones more because I don't want to give free shout outs, like I want
What's up with that? Is it real? Do they shout out someone they know or they shout out a random person?
It's usually random people who are like newer accounts that are coming to trying to build a following and are finding out that you have to pay a little bit. If you don't, once you get to a certain point, you kind of like help yourself build a following. Like you just have to post a lot, and your followers, if you get on the explore page, then you'll build, every post that I do, like that I make I'll gain a certain amount of followers. But in the beginning, you're noticing like you don't get that many followers. So you have to do engagement groups or
that's smart.
Or shout outs.
I wonder if there's any podcast engagement groups.
Yeah, there you go, man.
So I was thinking because these meme pages, I follow quite a few on my personal page.
Yeah.
They give out shout outs, they give giveaways, free product.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, do they even give it away to an actual random person, or do they give it to their uncle? Like, hey, I'll send you this, get it back. When you pass by my house, just give it back.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a way to gain followers too. I'm in a few beer accounts, like I'm big on craft beer, and they do, when they reach 10,000 or like whatever followers, they'll do like contests like, hey, tag 3 of your friends, and then like they'll get into the contest by tagging, if you like this and tag 3 friends, you're in the contest, and then they'll give away like 10 beers and they'll ship it to you. Wow. So like there's different ways, like there's so many communities on Instagram, and there's just so many ways of like building a following and getting more, followers, and that's what it's all about.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so now to the fun part.
Oh, great.
Your followers are gonna get to know you now.
Oh, here we go.
So you came from, why did you come over here to California? You're from New Jersey.
Yeah. So, I mean, I moved out to, pursue a career in TV and film. I worked on one TV show in New Jersey. I went to school for TV and film, which I don't recommend doing, if you can see my memes. I should have came to California right away, because then you start the bottom. You're a production assistant. You're hustling your way, and you're building your network.
Well, I don't get it. What's the thing with California? Why is everybody coming over here? Like, is it really what they say? Like, oh, this is the place to make it?
It's definitely has the most opportunity to, because there's so many stuff that's produced here. But the competition is higher too. Like I know I have a good friend who is a Philly director, and they have, Philly does a lot of stuff in the TV film world, and he has been able to work a lot because, there's less competition there. There's more of like a team that they always go to produce this stuff. So he's doing really well out there. I know people go to Atlanta because that became like a mecca of like, tax purposes, of like it's, cheaper for people to produce stuff there. I mean, there's a lot of cities like in Canada too, like that have, big film industries. And I don't recommend, I don't recommend going to there, but I came to California just because that's what I've always heard, and that's what the first show I worked on in New Jersey was The Jersey Shore. So I worked on
what season did you do that?
Season 3.
So
it was like.
So did you meet the cast members?
Yeah, I used to have to drive the cast members like around, like I had to drive them around when they did like the reunion shows, but then we would follow behind them with like a crew. So I'd be driving behind them like when they're going to do like gym tan and laundry. So, but the whole entire crew was from LA, and they traveled them to the Jersey Shore, and I was like, oh, you guys all live in LA, and they just put you up in this hotel, and you're like going out and partying every night and like filming a show as your job. I was like, I kind of want to do that. I want to go to LA and travel all over.
Were you convinced then, right there at the spot, like that's what I want to do?
That's where I was like, you know what, I don't want to, I want to go out there and try to go to where these people are getting paid to travel, and not just to be like the local that's working on something in New Jersey where there's like, a few shows here and there popping up. So yeah, I went out there, or I drove all across the country. I didn't have any connections except for the Jersey Shore show, and that really didn't lead to anything. They couldn't get me anything, and I ended up doing an internship. An unpaid internship. So I'm already out of college.
Here in Cali?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That I found on Craigslist.
Were you like, is this legit? Is this
Yeah,
real?
no, I didn't think it was. I was like, this is so weird. Like, I went into like everybody's on their laptops, and I was like,
Where's my
it's
laptop?
Like some, yeah, I didn't have one. I was like, I guess I got to get a laptop. And then I was like, what is going on here? But I just kind of like, I was animated and I was passionate in the interview. He's a producer on a reality TV show, and as his side hustle, he was running an internship where he wanted to build his own production company, but he was doing it instead of paying people to work in this company. He would help these interns get jobs in the industry. So that's what he was doing to like, do his side hustle. It's funny, man. It's how everybody's just kind of hustling. And then from that show or from that internship, I've built a network of hundreds of people that I've still like hit up and get jobs from that internship.
So this how the way you make it sound makes you're in the TV business.
Mm-hmm.
What would you call it? Media.
TV film production.
You gotta get connections. You just can't be rolling. Oh, I'm not talking to that guy.
Yeah. You have to, have a good personality, and like people are going to want to work with you, so it's like the same thing, like, with like building like a meme page too. It's just like, you have to have the content that people are going to want to see, and it's a community thing. And like now I've built a network, in the TV film world of, for the past 8 years that I can quit this job right now and find another job tomorrow. Like I could just hit people up and be like, yo, I'm available. I'm ready to work.
So you're not scared of getting fired then?
No.
Wow.
That's why I make memes during job.
Dude, you do the side job? Man,
yeah.
That's crazy.
No, yeah, but it's I don't want to work on like reality TV. Like I've worked on Auction Hunters. I worked on I was trying to think of some other ones. Most of the dumb ones I've worked on are all like Storage War, like the storage shows.
Hey, the Storage Wars, you can't say any secrets about that show, right?
Well, it already like came out that like that show was totally produced. Like,
so they planted those items right there?
Yeah, that's
and
how
they
all
just ask the price?
Yeah, like the producers will buy the thing off of the expert, or they'll rent it off of them, and then they'll put it in the storage unit, pretend to find it, and then sell it back to the expert, or pretend to sell it back to them. So it's like, it's. I mean,
I stopped watching that show when that happened.
When it came out,
yeah,
I know.
Like, no.
It ruined it for a lot of people because, like, you want to think that it's real, you want to, but then, reality TV just kind of went down that path where it was like becoming so produced, where it was like,
well, it has to be entertaining.
Yeah, you can't like risk paying all these people, crew members, money and not get content where that is good. So, it's.
Did you come to California like with no money, like really broke? Or?
Yeah, I mean, and
because there's a lot of people thinking right now they want to do that, but they don't have the money. Some take a risk. Dude, they go sleep in their car.
Yeah,
What do you recommend?
I came out with no money, and it was really a struggle in the beginning. I shared a car with a girl that I moved out here with.
Where would you sleep, in the front seat?
No. We got an Airbnb. We did Airbnb. It was like right when Airbnb first came out. Okay. And we stayed at an Airbnb for like 4 months. It was me, her, and 2 other people. So like we were just not paying that much. And your savings just, if you don't have a job, just like go down quick.
Just draws fast.
And I had an unpaid internship. So like, dude, me and my friend, I tried to work at a movie theater. I had a college degree. I went to a movie theater, AMC. I was like, I need a job. And I'm like doing the interview, and there's like teenagers in the interview, and I didn't get the job. Then I tried to sell Christmas trees. Like, I was like, oh, it's Christmas time. I'll get on a crew of selling Christmas trees. I went to the guy, like, to try to, like, hey, man, I'm ready to work. And he's like, oh, we had the same crew as last year. There's no jobs here. And I was like, how do I have a college degree and I cannot get a job? It was shocking. And, and then my girlfriend started bartending, thankfully, or waitressing. And to get some income, we were sharing her car like that, so she would ride her bike to work. I would drive my car to the internship. I was using my friend's laptop for the internship. I had nothing.
So now you fit in with the group using the laptop sitting down.
I know. I was like, the second day, I was like, I need a laptop. Hey, can I borrow your laptop?
What were you feeling though when all that was happening?
I was like, this is like hard. I don't know if this is going to work.
Were you shaking at times? You're like, I don't know if this is going to work out.
I really didn't think it was going to. I mean, I was like, seems like so competitive. If I can't get a job right away. Like, and everything's so expensive. Gas was so expensive. I was just like, yeah, you know, I know now why people do not make it. And then I just stuck with it. And like, you know, I think my personality really came out on set, and everybody was like, "Yo, you're hilarious. I want to work with you more often." And then I just started working with people who were higher up there, and were like, "Hey, man, can you work?" And I was making like minimum wage, like in the beginning, as a production assistant. So then you just kind of like hustling as a production assistant and to pay your bills. And then a few years like that went by, and then you just kind of realize the path. You really have to. You know, attach yourself. Like, you want to do camera, you do camera. You want to do producer, you go the producer route. You want to work in production, you move up in production. So like, it took me a while, and I'm still trying to figure out exactly where I want to end up. But I know that what I'm good at now is production. So I'm trying to move up in production. So, but eventually I want to create, you know, I got to get that creativity out. So I want to be like a producer and make my own shows and stuff. But I've been really fortunate now that, you know, to work on some of these bigger shows and some really smaller shows too that are like
it's
really
just getting
cool.
Bigger and bigger and bigger, huh?
Yeah, and
is that what you're saying?
Like working on being able to pick and choose a cool project to work on. Like, I'll say no to like working on one of those horrible reality shows. Like, even if the money's good, I can now say no to that. And wow. The last show that I worked on was called Could You Survive the Movies? And it was produced by YouTube, and it recreated and showed you if you could survive scenes from movies. So we filmed at Universal Studios and did Back to the Future as our first episode, with the DeLorean on the Back to the Future backlot at Universal Studios. We had an actor from the actual movie in it, and it was just a huge production. I was like, this is the kind of stuff that I want to work on. Like, this is why I came to LA. And we also did Men in Black,
which is producing, right?
I mean, working on projects like that I'm passionate about, and that I can actually that I actually want to watch and tell people to watch. You know, I was a coordinator on that show, but they let me do all kinds of stuff. I found locations, I did, you know, everything. And now that company really likes me, and they put me onto another show right away. So I've just been working constantly, you know, and hopefully there's a season 2 of that show. And you can check that out on YouTube. Just Google "Could You Survive the Movies?" and
there it is, guys. Could You Survive the Movies on YouTube? It'll be in the show notes. We'll put that down there.
Nice. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a good one. And tomorrow will be Ghostbusters episode, and they actually had me dress up like Stay Puft the Marshmallow Man in a miniature city, and we're filming at Google Stages, and it was just like, you know, like a dream come true to be involved with stuff like that.
Wow. So how long you been here in California?
I moved in 2011. So it's, I think, in October. I think later this month. We're in November already. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I might have just hit my 9-year.
And all this has just led to what you're doing now then, huh?
Yeah. You know, the memes just kind of came from it. Like, that I was just like, I want to...
and you didn't even plan for that, huh?
I didn't plan for that, no. It was just like... I only followed like a few meme pages, and I was like, that's, you know, it's funny. I wasn't so passionate about memes until I started creating them, and then I was like, I love this so much. Like, it's such a huge part of my life now.
I'm shocked on the power you have, like, not accept certain jobs, even though they pay good, because other people be like, does it pay good? Yes, okay, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Without even knowing what it is, you know, but you have that power to just not accept.
Yeah. I mean... I tried not to make it all about the money. You know, I could have went on a different path in my life. You know, my dad works in like security, like for like a contractor for like L3 Communications, like, you know, Lockheed Martin, like those type of things. I could have done that, and I could have been probably making way more money right now. And I was like, but I don't want to just think about the money. Like, I can't be wasting away at a desk. I want to have. I mean, I have like a passion and creativity that I need to
Yeah.
get out. And so I've been able to, you know, work in the industry that I'm passionate about. And it's just hopefully from here on just keeps getting, you know, I keep getting higher up. I get more power to show my creativity. And yeah.
That's good, because a lot of people, they chase the money, and they say if you chase the money, you're gonna fail.
Yeah.
Because you're following the next trend. You're following the next thing.
Yeah.
They say, okay, all the money's in real estate. I want to be a real estate agent. I don't like it. Oh, the other money's in truck driving. I want to be a truck driver. You don't like it.
Yeah.
So you just keep jumping around. You just can't find your true self.
Yeah, and if you do, I mean, you can do that, but you got to have a hobby or some kind of thing, because everybody, you know, has to get that creativity out there and have a format to do it on. Is if taking pictures, if whatever, painting. But I wanted to kind of have that, you know, come out in my full-time job. Like, I don't want to just do something to pay the bills and then have a hobby on the, you know, side, because then it can get, you know, you don't have time for it. So yeah, just I feel like I'm in a good spot, and then hopefully it just keeps going from there, man.
What do you want to tell your followers? You want to tell the people, the audience?
Yeah, I mean, just that, you know, if you have a passion about something, just go after it and keep creating content, and and follow my meme page.
A.Memeless.Life.
Yep.
And there you have it, folks, from the one and only Mike Manfre. You know, some people just dream of success while others wake up and work hard at it. That's a great quote from Napoleon Hill, and Mike is a great example of that, because he has to constantly do his homework in order to come up with great content. His mind is always running, thinking about the next big post, but the most important thing he does is he executes. He creates. He doesn't just leave ideas on the table, he puts it out there. You can find all of Mike's information in the show notes below, as well as our sponsors' information. Don't forget to add him on Instagram, A.Memeless.Life. Thank you for sticking around, and always looking forward to bringing value to you guys. Until then, cheers.